Any game or sport requires several key factors to grow: passion, innovation, creativity, and determination, just to name a couple. Few Kendama players replicate these concepts better than Rodney Ansell. Along with being one of the earliest pioneers of Western Kendama, Rodney has staked a name for himself through his unique playstyle and drive for spreading the game. He has brought Kendama to the public eye on an international scale, energizing those around him with his positive attitude and upbeat outlook on life. So let's learn a bit more about everyone's favorite nomadic ball and cup enthusiast and Dama Nerds co-host, as I'm Daniel with KENDERTAINMENT, and these are 15 facts about Rodney Ansell. Number 1. Rodney Brett Ansell was born August 15, 1987 in Lethbridge, Alberta, Canada. He spent the entirety of his upbringing in the Great North before later exploring the world. More on that in a bit. Number 2. Rodney was introduced to Kendama by his friend Brett, who at the time was bandmates with Terra Kendama owner Alex Smith. He had brought home a sky blue Azora Kendama after a trip to Japan in 2010 and gifted it to Rodney. He became hooked on the game after a camping trip with several of their friends and went on to be a sponsored player for Terra Kendama later that year. Number 3. As far as favorite tricks go, Rodney highlights Moon Circle, Stilt, and Downspike. His trademark forward/reverse style Moon Circle was developed by observing various catch and release techniques from traditional juggling. Number 4. For his playstyle, Rodney prefers beads over bearings. This is primarily due to how the bead interacts with the string during his moon circles. If the string gets tangled, he shoots the bead out of the tama and smooths it out against the upper string hole instead of running his fingers along the string. Number 5. As many know, Rodney is an avid wood turner who creates gorgeous kendamas using a variety of woods and materials. As far as wood varieties and their relation to playability goes, Rodney has no preference for his kendamas. In his own words, "I feel like it's more about the specific chunk of wood that the ken is made out of more than the wood species itself." Number 6. If Rodney were to choose one food to take to a desert island for the rest of his life, it would be Eggs Benedict. Number 7. In his younger years, Rodney played soccer before later becoming interested in skateboarding and music. He eventually went on to learn bass and has been playing for over 19 years. He has even toured across Canada with a variety of bands. Number 8. Some of Rodney's favorite kendamas of all time are the Chrome Viking Cheesewood and the Kendalix plastic model. Number 9. Rodney has what he calls a healthy obsession with cartoons. Some of his favorites include Thundercats, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Sonic the Hedgehog. Number 10. Rodney classifies himself as a freegan, meaning that he primarily sticks to fruits and vegetables, but occasionally has other varieties of meals. He also hates wasting food, as that is one of his biggest pet peeves. Number 11. Over 5 tree planting seasons, Rodney planted roughly 500,000 trees throughout the Okanagan. He did this with several different organizations. Number 12. The large tattoo located on Rodney's stomach was done by Japanese tattoo artist Nisako-san. The piece is meant to symbolize presence of mind and a sort of meditative state. Rodney will only let Nisako-san work on this piece when he is on one of his frequent adventures in Japan. Speaking of adventures, number 13. The world has been Rodney's to explore. He has traveled to India and became a certified yoga instructor, rode motorbikes in Vietnam, played kendama on top of the Menkaure Pyramid in Egypt, and has been on television in Japan during several of his 20 visits there. Many of these adventures have been documented in the edit series Rod vs. the World. Number 14. Rodney learned how to gunslinger on his middle finger instead of his pointer finger. He initially learned Sara grip gunslingers first on his middle finger, and that same technique translated over to his Ken grip gunslingers. Number 15. Rodney's contributions to kendama have helped pave the way for future generations of players. Here is what he had to say about his mindset when playing. "I kind of like to think of it as the movement of the dama itself, you know? Like the dama is gonna do this fucking dance, and I gotta move my hands in a way to make that dance happen. After that, it's just correcting little movements and figuring out what I'm doing wrong and how to correct it. If I'm going to go film something, especially these days, it's something new and something worth putting out there. That's kind of been my mentality since day one, actually. You never know how long it's going to take, so I'm always on the fence of, alright, I'm going to manifest this trick today, or this trick is going to take me 4 weeks of grinding. The mental state has to be strong on the constructive grind." We want to know what kendama player you want to learn 15 facts about, so let us know down in the comments. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and consider contributing to our Patreon for just $1 a month. I'm Daniel with KENDERTAINMENT. You are amazing, and I'll talk to you soon.